We're doing it. We are back. Oh, man. What a day this has been already. I was over on, if you weren't on TikTok earlier, I was over on TikTok doing this Q&A as well. And oh, man. That was that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Brandon, thanks for joining over there. Glad to see you made it over here too. Man, that was that was that was a lot, but it was a lot of fun. That's the thing. Most of this stuff is, is going to be a lot, but you know what? Can't really, look. There's probably no other way I'd rather have it than that. So, all right, y'all. We are doing the exact same thing over here now. We are doing some Q&A. Fantasy playoffs are right now. Broke Boy came over from TikTok. Shout out to all of you that are tuning in right now that came over from TikTok. I wish there was some way I could give you like some kind of reward or something, because like on TikTok you can give gifts and stuff, but can't really do that on YouTube and Facebook. But shout out to all of you that are coming over from there. And like I said, let's just get into it. Let's just do this. Starting with Erie Void, Tyler Boyd to Josh Downs for the championship. Let's go. Let's go. 1 point for each reception. I'm going to go Tyler Boyd on that one. With Michael Pittman playing, Josh Downs is probably back to bench. So Nunez came from TikTok sent gifts. Nunez, I'm very, very sorry about that. Go ahead and give your question here, and I will right there. Bills or Browns defense this week. Bills go up against Chargers. Browns get the Texans. I'm gonna say the Bills defense on that one. Brandon on Facebook, man, I'm in a bind. I have to pick two in a championship. Hey, we are in a championship. Let's go. Devontae Smith, who practiced today. Yes, he did. T. Higgins or Aaron Jones, torn between Dak and Purdy as well. I would say between your quarterbacks, you got to go with Dak. Just a high scoring game. Hope for that. Bank on that, I guess. Pick two between Devontae Smith, T. Higgins, and Aaron Jones, though. Man, I guess the Giants are still giving up a ton of points to receivers. Well, I think for sure T. Higgins is one of those. The other two between Aaron Jones and Devontae Smith, it doesn't help that Devontae doesn't play until Monday. Who gives you the higher ceiling? Carolina has been a bit better against the run lately too. I might say Devontae Smith. I'm going to say Devontae Smith. I think those are the two that you're going to go with. Let's get caught up here to some questions. Average Ohio man, Trevor Lawrence or Baker Mayfield at quarterback. Again, there's a lot of people asking about Baker this week, and I think Trevor Lawrence is just across the threshold of one of quarterbacks that you should go with over Baker Mayfield. Brandon, you're very, very welcome. Semifinals question, but hey, you know what? We are one game away. Fields, Dak, or Jordan Love. I have Ferguson and Aubrey. I'm going to say Justin Fields. I'm going to say Justin Fields on that one. Eli, sadly, didn't make the playoffs, but it's my first year. Hey, we learn. We did not lose anything. We learned a lot this year. Likely are Ferguson and pick two between Singletary, Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, and Zeke. For your tight end, you're going to go Isaiah Likely. In the other two, I like Jonathan Taylor, and I like Ezekiel Elliott than the other two guys. The Bond Pod. Perry, yeah. Devon Achane, Gabe Davis at the flex, full PPR. I think both are just a shot in the dark this week. Probably go Achane, honestly. You know that he's a big play waiting to happen. I'm going to go I would say Achane on that one. Erie Void for the championship. Ty Chandler, Kareem Hunt. That is a Ty Chandler one through and through. Ezra on YouTube. Colts or Eagles defense rest of the season. I have to flex. Well, I'm going to say Eagles defense on that one. Flex one. London Najee, Jaden Reed, Noah Brown. I think that's a Najee Harris one to flex. Frank on Facebook, Justin Fields or Baker Mayfield. Weather looks good in both matchups, which is important, but I'm going to go Justin Fields there. Justin Fields, Justin Fields should absolutely tear apart that Arizona defense. Broke boy, I'm in the semifinals as the number 1 team in the league. Let's go. Flacco or Jake Browning and Calvin Ridley or Garrett Wilson. And for your quarterback, you're going to go Jake Browning, and your wide receiver, Garrett Wilson. Golden 26 on YouTube, ETN, Barkley, or Zeke. I have James Cook as a lock, and he should absolutely be a lock. I think the other guy that you got to go with is Travis Etienne. I think that's the other guy you go with. Baseball Shorts, shout out to you. Good to see you again. Got the 1 seed last week. That's what I'm talking about. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you as well. Pick 2, Monty, JT, or Chuba Hubbard. And for me, that is a JT and Chuba Hubbard one. Brent on YouTube. Should I start Tyreek Hill, who is questionable? He was limited in practice, so I would assume that he plays. So yes, you play him. And if he doesn't, then unfortunate. But yes, you should plan on him playing, I guess. Michael on Facebook, Calvin Ridley or Chris Godwin. I'm going to say Calvin Ridley on that one. Let's see here. Tracer Sports, boom and bust of the week. Shout out to you. Good to see you again. Boom bust of the week. My boom of the week is DJ Moore. My bust of the week. Bust of the week. Bust of the week, I am going to say oh, that one's tough. That one actually is kind of tough. Jordan Love, bust of the week. Tyler on YouTube in the championship. Let's go. Jordan Addison or Adam Thielen. We're going to go with Jordan Addison on that one. We got to stay up to date here on these comments. You guys keep flooding them in. Gilbert on YouTube, flex, Darren Waller, Cortland Sutton, or Josh Palmer. For me, that's a Cortland Sutton one. And then it's probably Darren Waller and then Josh Palmer. Like, I want nothing to do with Josh Palmer this week. That dude, good to see you again, buddy. Collins, Nico Collins, Rashee Rice, or Devontae Adams. Pick 2. Devontae Adams. Yeah, it's the only Devontae Adams. For me, that is a Devontae Adams and Nico Collins. Not Nico Collins. Rashee Rice and Devontae Adams one. Teddy over on YouTube, Darren Waller or Pat Freiermuth in PPR. See, Freiermuth has the matchup. But he's just not getting any touches. That's the thing. He's just not getting touches. So I'm going to say Darren Waller. Landon on Facebook, Mayfield or Browning for the championship. Come on now. Let's go. I'm going to say Jake Browning on that one. Baseball Shorts, Purdy or Fields this week. I'm going to say Justin Fields. Justin Fields. Sonnen on YouTube, Breece Hall or Derrick Henry. That's a Breece Hall one for me. Let's see here. Lucio on YouTube, Cole Kmet or Dalton Kincaid, and Garrett Wilson or Nico Collins in half PPR. That's a Cole Kmet one, and that's a Garrett Wilson one, I think. That's a Garrett Wilson one. James on Facebook, Deontay Johnson, Noah Brown, Jake Ferguson. Pick 2 for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I do need to ask if Super Bowl as in like you win a trip to the Super Bowl, or like that's just what you got. That's what you call your championship, because it'd be pretty freaking cool if you can go to the Super Bowl. The 2 for me, Deontay Johnson and Noah Brown. Those are the 2 for me. Laying in on Facebook again, Jalen Waddle, David Njoku, or DeAndre Swift at the flex. For me, actually, who's your tight end? Because if it's somebody else, I would rather play Njoku at the tight end spot and put Jalen Waddle in my flex. Average Ohio man, Jake Ferguson or Gerald Everett at tight end. That's a Jake Ferguson one. James, you trust Johnson today? Fantasy championship. Okay, good. I was gonna say, like, holy cow. Do I trust Johnson? I do. Um, Guy averages 63 yards per game with Mason Rudolph. Um, and Cincinnati is just not very good. Not very good against wide receivers lately. Jackson, what do I do with Austin Eckler? You still play him. If he's only gonna, Alvin Kamara gave you 8 points on Thursday, and he's probably going to finish as the running back 22 on the week. Eckler's probably going to give you 9 or 10. Yeah. The Steelers fans, so I'm probably letting my emotions play. I think there's reason to trust Deontay Johnson. Like, they got to throw the ball to somebody, and it's not George Pickens. It's got to be somebody. Landon, you playing Swift or Zeke? That's a DeAndre Swift one for me. Colin on YouTube. Shout out to you. Good to see you again. Choose to JT, ETN, Pollard, or Montgomery for running backs, and then Pittman or the 2 running backs you don't choose for the flex. 2 running backs that I'm going to go with this week. I'm going to go with Tony Pollard and Travis Etienne. Then it's Michael Pittman or JT in the flex. I would say David Montgomery is the furthest on the list. The furthest. Oh, we're kind of blurry there for a second. Come on now. There we go. Focus. There it is. Probably going to go MT. Not MT. Oh, geez. Probably JT. But if it's PPR, then I'd probably go Michael Pittman. Let's see here. Josh on Facebook, Devontae Smith, Aaron Jones, or Jalen Warren in a flex spot PPR league. Gotta lean Devontae Smith. G Money on YouTube, Dak, Mahomes, or Fields in the chip. Initially, you want to say Mahomes, then at Fields, then Dak. I think that's probably the way that you should go. It's the way that it should be. That's the way that it should go. But Mahomes is scary, man. So do you just take the Fields? Do you take the Fields pick? And I'm going to say Fields. Landon, how much do you lean Browning over Mayfield? Enough to feel more confident in Jake Browning than Baker Mayfield. If that I have more confidence in Browning than Mayfield. Josh, even though Smith is banged up, that's a very good point, and I would still go Devontae Smith. He is saying that he wants to play. But I will say this: if you don't trust it, if that doesn't, I'm telling you what I would do, right? And you can listen to me all that you want, which I have no problem with, and I will own up if I'm wrong. Why do we keep going out of focus? Feels like we keep going out of focus. But if it doesn't sit right with you, you can go with one of the other options. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you don't take my advice. I just know that what I would do is go Devontae Smith because in fantasy playoffs, I'd rather hang everything on Devontae Smith than I would on the other 2 guys, if that makes sense. That's my logic. So if I go down, I'd rather go down because of Devontae Smith than Aaron Jones, right? If that's the logic that you should have that I have, at least in fantasy playoffs. I guess that's what I'm saying. So again, that may not sit right. That is totally fine. That's totally fine. I'm just explaining my process and the way that I look at matchups and stuff like that in fantasy playoffs. Landon Ingram, Waddle, or Zeke. Probably Jalen Waddle on that one. Mind Hayes on YouTube, Jalen Warner, Jordan Addison. That's a Jordan Addison one for me. Average Ohio man, Purdy or Flacco. Brock Purdy. Jackson on YouTube, TJ Hawkinson or Evan Ingram at tight end in full PPR. That's a TJ Hawkinson one still. Jake Sun on Facebook. Shout out to you. Good to see you again. Dalton Kincaid or Darren Waller. I'm going to go Dalton Kincaid on that one. Alfred on Facebook. Pittman or Nico Collins. That's a Michael Pittman one. He is active and he will play this week. So yes, Michael Pittman. G Money, Colts defense or Chiefs defense. Chiefs against the Raiders. Colts against the Falcons. Gonna say the Colts. I'm gonna say the Colts. Let's see here. Dylan on Facebook, Dalton Kincaid or Dallas Goddard. I'm gonna go Dallas Goddard. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas Goddard. Browns defense or Chiefs defense now from Jackson on YouTube. Um, Probably Browns defense. Probably Browns defense. Nolan on YouTube, Michael Pittman or T. Higgins. I like T. Higgins, but still go Michael Pittman. Appreciate you, Mind Hayes. Well, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Drew on Facebook, Connor or Javonte Williams in full PPR. Probably going to go James Connor on that one. Jackson, very, very welcome. Very welcome. DB, Derrick Henry or Ty Chandler. That's still a Derrick Henry one for me. Nolan, thank you. Very, very welcome. Very welcome. You guys are very nice over here. William on Facebook, Terry or Adam Thielen, please something. And honestly, probably just Terry on that one. Both are neither great plays, but Terry McLaurin on that one. DB, you're very, very welcome. Fighter Jet on YouTube, Brock Purdy or Lamar. I have Debo and Kittle. Yeah, probably go Purdy on that one. Just triple stack. Yeah. Mike on YouTube again. Or it's not YouTube, Facebook. Cook, Tony. No, yeah. Cook, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Taylor, Zeke, need 3. Literally, I would say the first 3 names. James Cook, Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard. Those would be the 3 that I would go with. Willie, very welcome. Very welcome. Sven on Facebook, Cleveland Browns or Green Bay defense. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. G Money, Tony Pollard or Nico Collins in the flex. Probably going to go Tony Pollard on that one. Easy G, Bijan Robinson or David Montgomery. We're going to go Bijan Robinson. The matchup is there this week. Excuse me. Landon, is this a good parlay? Browning over passing yards, T. Higgins over receptions, Joe Mixon anytime touchdown. And the thing is, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I actually really like T. Higgins receiving yards. And I almost put it in my own play this week where I've got Isaiah Likely higher on his yards against San Francisco. I've got Chuba Hubbard because guys have been getting 20 carries a game the last 3 weeks. So I took the higher there and I took David Njoku on his yards as well. So that's my play over Underdog Fantasy. And as you can see here, nope. Oh, I hate the inverse thing. Right there. Underdog Fantasy, use the code fellas. You get that Russell Wilson free square, half a total yard, absolutely free. And you get up to $100 in bonus money to play with as well. That's where I'm going for plays this week. You can find all the other plays for us too on the Fantasy Life website. And there's a link for that in the description. So you can just click on that and it takes you right there to find some other plays of the week for us. C Blocks on YouTube, pick 2, Devontae Smith, David Njoku, Zay Flowers, or Amari Cooper. For me, the 2 that you were choosing here. See, I don't want to choose both Browns players because it feels like they'll probably work against each other, if that makes sense. Njoku's hot, man. I'm going to go David Njoku, Zay Flowers. That's the 2 that I'm going to ride with. RG full PPR, choose 2 between ETN, Pollard, and JT. Holy smokes. RG, you're welcome. Let's see. Choose 2 between Travis Etienne, Tony Pollard, and Jonathan Taylor. For me, Etienne and Jonathan Taylor. Kyler or Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence. And Colts, Packers, or Texans defense. I'm going to go with the Colts defense. Mel Dorado. I got you. Nico Collins, Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett. That's a Nico Collins one. That's a Nico Collins one. Michael McCorkle, Monty Ford, Achane, or Kenneth Walker. I need one. And the one that you should probably go with is either Kenneth Walker or David Montgomery. Tennessee has been turning it around a bit against running backs, but Kenneth Walker dominated last week. Minnesota's still pretty tough. I think you could probably go Kenneth Walker over David Montgomery. But I don't think you can choose wrong between those 2, if that makes sense. Prab Habir, PPR in the flex spot, Tommy DeVito, Chuba Hubbard, or James Conner. That's a Chuba Hubbard one for sure. Chuba Hubbard absolutely will be well, I shouldn't say league winner, but yeah, he's going to see more than 16 and a half rushing attempts, and he's going to make the most of that. He's going to find the end zone because let's see here. I have some stats, some handy dandy stats here. Packers run defense ranks the let's see here, 7th worst in DVOA, which essentially means how efficient is the team against the run. It's not good. So Chuba Hubbard for that one. Will on Facebook, Kenneth Walker, Devontae Smith, Amari Cooper play 2 full PPR. That's an Amari Cooper, Kenneth Walker one for me. Kyle on Facebook, start 2 at the flex. George Kittle, Kelvin Ridley, start Austin Eckler, start 2 at quarterback, Russ, Gino, or Mullins. For me, the quarterbacks are going to be Nick Mullins, and Geno Smith. And the other start 2 at the flex between Kittle, Ridley, and Eckler. You're going to go Calvin. You're going to go Austin Eckler, Calvin Ridley. I think that's where we would go there. Ethan on YouTube, Stephon Diggs or Deebo Samuel. Now, this is an intriguing question because Stephon Diggs has not been doing it lately. But the matchup is there for Diggs this week. It's really there. I'm gonna say Deebo. But it's only Deebo. You're gonna go Deebo there. Let's see here. Easy G on YouTube, David Montgomery, Devon Achane. That's a David Montgomery one. Gabriel on YouTube, Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, or Derrick Henry, or James Conner. Pick 2 in full PPR. Jonathan Taylor one for sure. And then for me, it comes down to Austin Eckler and Derrick Henry. Honestly, I'm probably going to say Derrick Henry. Mark on Facebook, Baker Mayfield, Jordan Love, or Russ, leaning Baker. He's been great lately. Yes, and you should do so again this week. Jordan Love is my bust of the week. Like, I do not think he's going to be great at all this week. Russ against New England, not a good matchup either. So Baker Mayfield for that one. Randy on YouTube, hey, question, Ezekiel Elliott or Javonte Williams? That is an Ezekiel Elliott one. Gabriel, very welcome. Eliud, I think that's how you say it. Apologies if I butcher your name. Thoughts on Eckler as a start? Mark, you're very welcome. Again, Eckler, if Alvin Kamara gave you 8 points, right? He gave you 8-something points. He's probably going to be the running back 22. Like, that's how running backs have been this year. Austin Eckler is going to give you 9, 10 fantasy points. And that is going to be better than Alvin Kamara. And it's going to be higher than a weekly finish. But there's no way to predict like who exactly is going to score more than that. I would still start Eckler over Zeke, right? I would still start Eckler over Javonte Williams. Yeah, like it's gross, but you still got to. Jason on Facebook, yo, what do you think? Nico Collins or Noah Brown in the flex? That's a Nico Collins one. I know he's gonna draw Denzel Ward. Denzel Burke is the new Ohio State corner that's coming out this year in the draft, but Nico Collins, wide receiver one in that offense. Mel Dorado, Pittman or Devontae, Aaron Jones or Eckler. For me, that's a Michael Pittman one. In the running backs, I lean Aaron Jones. One more from Mark on Facebook. My opponent put me in a big hole with Olave and Puka. Oh, that sucks. Full PPR, Pollard, Ridley, or Singletary. Man, at this point, we just have to shoot upside, right? Just shoot for the most upside. I want to say Tony Pollard, but it doesn't feel right because it doesn't feel like it doesn't, because when you think Tony Pollard has not like upside, right? Like that's it has not been exactly great this year. I guess like it's tough. I still would go Tony Pollard. Ridley seems like the best shot at 20 plus. I mean, he does. Mark, that's tough. That is very, very tough. I think at this point, you just have to accept that all three of those guys give you bad performances. I'm going to change it to Calvin Ridley. Yeah, Calvin Ridley. But just know that the floor could, I mean, you said it best. Best shot at 20 plus. Matt on Facebook, James Cook or Mike Evans at the flex. If it is, I lean James Cook because he might just continue getting an outrageous amount of catches or touches. Yeah, I'm going to say James Cook. Ride the hot hand. Randy, thanks for the advice on Zeke. How about a Javonte Williams or Cortland Sutton? This one is also tough. New England is very, very good against the run. A little more susceptible in the pass, so I'm probably going to go Cortland Sutton on that one. Johnny Boy on YouTube, Jared Goff, Jake Browning, Jordan Love, or Nick Mullins. And for me, that's a Jake Browning one, just slightly. Then Jared Goff, Nick Mullins, then Jordan Love. Eric on Facebook, full PPR, need 3 to start. Aaron Jones, Kenneth Walker, Joe Mixon, or Ty Chandler. For me, we're going to go Joe Mixon. We're going to go with Ty Chandler. Then we're going to go with Kenneth Walker. Oh, excuse me. Jackson on YouTube, ETN or Addison at the flex. That's a Travis Etienne. Brady on YouTube, Joe Flacco or Nick Mullins. I lean Nick Mullins. Eric, you're very, very welcome. Yeah, I lean Nick Mullins over Joe Flacco. Jared on YouTube, James Conner, DeAndre Swift, Devon Achane, Adam Thielen, or Jerome Ford. Pick one for the flex, DeAndre Swift. That is a DeAndre Swift one. Golden on YouTube, bench one, CD, AJ, DJ Moore, thanks. We're going to bench one. I'm going to say AJ Brown. Just kidding. See, that's tough because I think like initially you would say like, oh, it's DJ Moore. DJ Moore gets Arizona. I'll say DJ Moore. AJ Brown has the matchup against the Giants. CD in a high scoring game could put up a ton of points. I'll probably say DJ Moore on that one. Steve on Facebook, Tyler Boyd or Jerry Jeudy. For me, that's a Tyler Boyd one for sure. No Jamar Chase really helps that one out. Lou the Seal. What up, Lou? I need help. Austin Eckler, Devon Achane, Derrick Henry. Pick 2. That's an Austin Eckler, Derrick Henry one for me. Ethan, Browns defense, Jets defense, or Eagles defense. We're going to go Eagles defense. Sports Report, Jaden Reed, Jalen Warren, or Evan Ingram in my flex. That's an Evan Ingram, Jaden Reed. I would be shocked if Jaden Reed plays this week. Kyle's on Facebook, Broncos or Bills defense. Thank you. You're welcome. We're going to go Bills defense on that one. Chris on Facebook, full PPR, need 2, please. Gabe Davis, Jared Jeudy, Jacoby Myers, and Jameson Williams. Oof. I think one has to be Jacoby Myers. I'm going to say Gabe Davis for the other one. Let's see here. Carolina on Facebook, Amari Cooper or DeAndre Swift. I like Amari Cooper. Eric on Facebook, Justin Fields or Jared Goff. That is a Justin Fields 1000%. Lou, you are very, very welcome. And yeah, Randy, love your advice. Much appreciated. Thank you. How about Nick Mullins or Trevor Lawrence if he's healthy? It sounds like he will play. I should confirm that because it's a concussion. He has passed the protocol, so I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence. I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence. Juan on Facebook, Justin Fields or Jared Goff? Justin Fields. Justin Fields. Chris, thank you. That's what I was hoping for. Got you. Got you, my guy. Got you. Randy, yep, I got that one already. Let's see here. Kansas is better. Well, I kind of like Kansas State. What can I say? T Higgins or Adam Thielen in the flex. We're gonna go T Higgins there. Steven on Facebook, what's up? Kareem Hunt, Jake Ferguson, Dontavion Wicks for the last flex spot. Probably gonna go Jake Ferguson, honestly. Just bet on just high scoring game. High scoring game. That's what we're gonna bet on. Which defense would you start? From Jared on YouTube, Bills or Jets defense? I don't know if you guys saw that graphic on on ESPN. I think it came out earlier this week. It was like movable object meets immovable object, right? Because like the Jets defense is great, or because it was like Jets have the worst offense, but the Chargers are not the Chargers. The Commanders have the worst defense. So I'm gonna say the Jets defense. I think they find a way to frustrate Washington on offense. Herbert is daddy. Nick Mullins, Geno Smith, or Joe Flacco. That's a Nick Mullins one for me. Juan, thanks. You are very, very. Oh, I don't know why I did that. You are very welcome. Very, very welcome. John on Facebook, PPR, JT, A-Chain, or Swift. I like DeAndre Swift, but I'm going to say Jonathan Taylor. Santino, what's up, my guy? What is up? Good to see you. No, you do not need to apologize for being late. You are just fine. Brock Purdy or Joe Flacco. That's a Brock Purdy one. Jason on Facebook, in a super flexible league, I have Mullins as my QB1. Who'd you start at QB2? I think Will Levis is actually not going to play, so I think it has to be Taylor Heineke. I think. Let me confirm Will Levis, what his status is. Confirm his status, not if he's in or out. I don't have those kind of sources. Has he practiced, though? That's the thing. Because the update that I just looked at was like, oh, his coach said he's questionable. Well, that doesn't help at all. I need to know if he practiced or not. Oh, no. I just had it. Practicing in limited fashion on Friday. Now I'm going to say Taylor Heineke. I don't really want to bet on Will Levis on a bum ankle. Jackson on YouTube, can I trust ETN and Diggs in the playoffs anymore? Not playing the same recently. Correct. They are not playing the same, but I'm still going to trust ETN. Diggs, kind of have to. I think that's where I'm at. Carolina, Eagles or Browns defense. Going to go with the Eagles defense on that one. David on Facebook, thanks for the great advice. Anytime. Love doing this with you guys. This is great. Half PPR, Kincaid, Tucker Kraft, or Tanner Hudson. And the weird thing is I actually lean Tanner Hudson. on that one. Sucks, but that's where I lean. Forgot to tell you a few weeks ago, but in 4 of my 5 leagues in the 1 seed. Thank you to you, fellas. Let's go. Let's go. That's what we like to see. Now we got to go finish it and go win it all. Jason, you're very, very welcome. Very welcome. David, I think you're right with no Chase. Yeah, no Chase. T. Higgins is, yeah, and especially with Tyler Boyd, too. Johnny Boyd, Travis Etienne, Joe Mixon, Jahmyr Gibbs, and pick 2. I like Travis Etienne and I like Joe Mixon. I like those 2 over Jahmyr Gibbs. Just subscribe to the channel. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Daniel. Shout out to you. Browning or Russ this week. We're going to go Jake Browning. Adrian on YouTube. Flex, Ty Chandler, Jaden Reed, JSN, or Josh Palmer. That's a Ty Chandler one. Jaden Reed, I don't think is going to play this week. I would be shocked if he does. Yeah. Do you think Mason Rudolph will cook the Bengals defense today? No, I don't. No, I don't. But I do think Deontay Johnson can go over 44.5 receiving yards. I think that's what he can do. Randy, question: what time will you stay on until what time will you be on tomorrow? We actually won't be on tomorrow because the fellas will be celebrating Christmas with their families and stuff. So that's why we're going live today. So we can get those questions in because again, we won't be live tomorrow or on Monday. So I will be on here until about 3:20-ish, 3:25. First game starts at 3:30. So I do want to give you guys some time to go make those changes into your lineups. But so probably another like 25 minutes or so. 20 half hour. 25 to 30 minutes. Daniel, is it crazy to start the Bears defense over the Colts this week? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Yeah, I would honestly say start the Bears over the Colts this week. Steve on Facebook, Brock Purdy or Patrick Mahomes. I feel like you got to ride with Brock Purdy. I think you ride with Brock Purdy. Dean on Facebook, would you play Deontay Johnson or Javonte Williams? I think you played Deontay Johnson. Ethan on YouTube, Patrick Mahomes or Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy, but just slightly. I think if I had to rank my top quarterbacks this week, I think 1 is Jalen Hurts, 2 is Josh Allen, 3 is Justin Fields, 4 probably Lamar, 5 is Brock Purdy, 6 is Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. Daniel, you're very welcome. Eli on YouTube, I'm calling it. If the Bengals get beat against a third-string quarterback, then Mason Rudolph. Why not? Why not? Why would he not win it? Come on now. I mean, why not? Third string quarterback? Come on now. Why wouldn't he? I think that's Dylan's game. Rashee Rice or Josh Jacobs. I lean Josh Jacobs. If it's PPR, no, I Josh Jacobs. Randy CJ Stroud has been killing it for me. Yep, and now he's out. So gotta ride Lawrence over Mullins. I would agree with that one. Santino was Kips or baseball shorts here today. Baseball shorts was I have not seen Kips yet today. I have not seen Kips yet. Ashton in the flex, JT, Calvin Ridley, Jordan Addison in full PPR. We're gonna go JT on that one. We're gonna go JT. Ethan, choose one. James Cook, Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. James Cook. Jimothy Cook is what we like to refer to him here. Carrie on YouTube, pick 2. Barkley. Yep. Saquon Barkley, David Montgomery, Devin Singletary, Zeke. I'm going to say David Montgomery. On that one. Matthew on Facebook, if Reed is out, do I start Wicks, Dobbs, or Brown for Houston? No. You would start Noah Brown. Ethan, thanks for the help. Very welcome. Very, very welcome. Augusto on YouTube, pick 2. T. Higgins, Saquon Barkley, Ty Chandler, Josh Jacobs. For me, that's a Josh Jacobs, and that's T. Higgins. Those are the 2. Fryermuth or Cole Kmet from Juan on Facebook. I'm going to say Cole Kmet. Griffin on YouTube, pick 3. ETN, JT, Pollard, or Devontae. Probably the first 3. I'm going to say the first 3. ETN, JT, and Pollard. Drew on Facebook, flex Breece Hall or Michael Pittman. Oh, that's tough. I like both this week. Oh, man. I'm going to say Michael Pittman. Seems like he's a bit of the safer play between him and Breece Hall. I'm going to say Michael Pittman. Oof, that is a crooked hat. Oh, man. That wasn't even close. Oh, man. Eric on Facebook, Green Bay or the Jets defense? I am going to say the Jets. The Jets, Jets. Carrie, Saquon, I said Montgomery for between those 4. Danny on YouTube, start 2, Nico Collins, D-Hop, Devontae Smith, Jaden Reed. I'm going to say the 2 that you start, Nico Collins, D-Hop. I'm going to say is D. Yeah, those are the 2. Brian, trying to get to the ship. Okay, We need to, I do want to ask, is it ship like like the boat ship, or is it chip like the potato chip? I hear people say it two different ways. I want what does everyone say? I want to know what you guys think it is. But Brian, back to your question: full PPR, JT or Aaron Jones and Dalton Schultz or Gerald Everett? I'm going to say Jonathan Taylor and Dalton Schultz. Randy, great question. How are you doing in your drafts? Great, I should say. As I'm looking at my leagues right now, I was in a guillotine league and I made it to the last 3, and I lost last week because Tyreek Hill was out. So that sucks. And the rest of my team was solid, but because I didn't have Tyreek, I lost. One of my leagues, I'm the number 1 seed, and so I had to buy last week. Another league, I was a 1 seed. Another league, I think I'm the 1 seed. I don't know if our playoffs have started in that league yet. I had 2 leagues. One was a keeper league. One was a dynasty league where I was top 3 in scoring. One, I was the 4 seed because I had lost some matchups. I had like the highest points like against or something like that. Like it was stupid. And then, Levis is unlikely to play. Oh, yeah. So whoever asked that Taylor Heineke question, Taylor Heineke should be your quarterback. And then the other one, I was the 2 seed and I lost because a dude scored his highest total on the year. So, and then the other one, I am the 4 seed taking on the number 1 seed. So all in all, I think I did pretty well this year. Let's see. Santino team chip, Brian team ship. Interesting. Rainey is ship. See, here's the thing. I really don't know what it is. I'm gonna if you guys have Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, Tyler_Plath. I'm gonna tweet out that out in a poll. Wow, so many 1 seeds. Are any as defending champion? 3 of them were startups. 3 of them were startups. One, I made the championship last year, but then I lost to a team. To the team that had like top 3 players in all positions because it was a dynasty league and he's been running it for like 5 years. And so he's been able to like, I don't know. I joined like 2 years ago. So championship in 1 last year. Startups in 3 last year. And then 2, I was actually the last seed in one of them because I was in a full rebuild in a dynasty. So I literally went from like last to potentially like from 0 to hero almost. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. No, the other one then I think was just a championship, I think. Yeah. No, third place. So pretty good there too. Mark on Facebook, the last 4 words of the full word is ship. See, that's what I think. But then my mind goes to, well, the first 2 letters and the last 2 letters of championship are CH and IS and IP. So people could go ship and they could also say chip because I maybe that's just the way that I think of it. But seriously, I also just hear people say chip. We're going to the chip. And I thought it was ship. So I don't I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong. I'm just curious because again, I've heard everyone say it different ways. Bryce Young. Hey, Bryce Young. It's Bryce Young on our live stream. Oh man. Josh Palmer or Tyler Boyd in PPR. Tyler Boyd on that one. Matthew on Facebook, Tyler Boyd, Noah Brown, Javonte Williams, or Curtis Samuel. Choose 2.5 PPR. Probably going to go Tyler Boyd, and I'm going to go Curtis Samuel. I'm going to go those 2. Randy, are all your fantasy teams 12-man leagues? I didn't even realize that. Just 2 of them are. The rest of them are 10-man. But I will say the 2 that are in 12-man leagues, I am the number 1 seed in, so. Hey, yo. How am I projected to lose? I don't get that. I'm projected to lose. It was one of my 1 seed teams. I don't get it. I don't get that. Ashton on YouTube, Calvin Ridley, Ty Chandler, or Zeke, full PPR. Probably gonna go Ty Chandler. Ty Chandler on that one. Matthew on Facebook. So you like Boyd over Brown? I'm also starting Higgins. Ooh. I'd probably go Noah Brown then if you're starting T. Higgins. Yeah. I wish I had Twitter. Just an 11-year-old who loves to play and watch sports. Otherwise, I would fall. I get that. I get it. That's a sick glove, by the way. I like that glove. I'm a baseball guy myself. Used to play catcher. That's a sick glove. Diggs or Waddle in PPR. I'm going to say Stephon Diggs. It's still the matchup's there this week. SG on YouTube, full PPR, Brandon Ayuk or T. Higgins. Brandon Ayuk. That's still a Brandon Ayuk one. Oh, that's some good stuff. Let's get to some of these other questions. That Easy G, Browns or 49ers defense. I'm going to say the Browns defense on that one. Mitch Trubisky or Mason Rudolph. Going to put fantasy football away. Going to put that to the side for this one. Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky. I'm going to say actual football. Probably Mason Rudolph. No one believes in Mitch Trubisky anymore. Shannon on YouTube, Tony Pollard, Joe Mixon, or Ty Chandler in PPR. Probably Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon out of those 3. Let's see here. Eli, baseball player 2, shortstop and pitcher. Shout out to you. Dylan, MPJ, Michael Pittman Jr., or Josh Jacobs and PPR. I'm going to say Josh Jacobs. Joseph on YouTube, Jake Browning or Joe Flacco at quarterback. Joe Flacco. Nope. Whoa. That was outside voice. Somehow came inside and then it's Jake Browning. Jake Browning is the answer there. Eric on Facebook, Noah Brown or Adam Thielen. I'm going to say Noah Brown. Maybe I would look elsewhere, but yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Ashton, thanks for the advice. Anytime. Bryce Young again, Josh Jacobs or Monty in PPR. That's a Josh Jacobs one. Excuse me. Randy, where are you based in and who's your favorite team? To both. Marcus on YouTube, Lamar or Tua at quarterback. I'm going to go Lamar Jackson on that one. Kingston, Jake Browning or DK in the flex. If it's a super flex, I'm probably going to say Jake Browning. But if it's a regular flex, you got to go DK because I don't think you can play a quarterback in a regular flex. Let's see here. Excuse me. R. Marcus on YouTube, sit 3, sit 1. Start 3, sit 1. Rashad White, Saquon Barkley, Devon Achane, and Jonathan Taylor. I think the one that you sit is Devon Achane. You're starting Rashad White then, starting Saquon, starting Jonathan Taylor. Kings, and it is super flex. I would go Jake Browning then. Bryce Young, thanks, man. Wish me luck. Wishing you all the luck. I'm in second place. Let's do this thing. Santino, you're a Vikings fan. Does that mean you're a Twins fan? Heck yeah, I am, baby. Heck yeah, I am. Go Twins. Joseph on YouTube, start 2. Isaiah Pacheco, Ty Chandler, or Cortland Sutton. I'm going to say Isaiah Pacheco, Ty Chandler. Those are my 2. Eli Rudolph will have a hard first game, but he has stayed at Pittsburgh for like 3 years. The storyline, the storyline can just write itself sometimes. When Rudolph saves Steelers for Christmas, it's right there. And if you can't tell me that the NFL didn't script this. You can't tell me that they didn't script this. Come on now. Oh man. Robert on YouTube, full PPR, Deontay Johnson, Nico Collins. I lean Deontay Johnson just slightly though. But I get if you go Nico Collins. I know. See, the NFL script just transcends. It knows no bounds. Braden on YouTube, full PPR, Devon Achan, Jalen Warren. We're gonna go Devon Achan. The one time in the year. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The NFL script just is undefeated. It writes itself and it transcends all understanding. Oh man. Michael on YouTube, do you think the Ravens are going to go to the Super Bowl? I'm going to be completely honest. The Ravens at this point are my AFC pick. I don't believe in the Chiefs. Bills are getting there, are coming back, and they are coming back pretty strong, but not yet. Bengals with Jake Browning, can't really bet on that. Jaguars are unconvincing. It's honestly the Ravens for me at this point. I don't believe in Miami either. Baltimore is my pick in the AFC. So yes, I'm going to say that they go to the Super Bowl. Unless something changes, then it's different. But Jacob on YouTube, full PPR, ETN, Josh Jacobs, or Isaiah Pacheco. I'm going to say Josh Jacobs on that one. Eli, I don't believe in Joe Flacco. See, that's the other thing too. I don't believe in Flacco enough with Cleveland. If it was, I think it's Baltimore. Daniel, PPR, Barkley, or ETN. We're going to go ETN there. Buzzards Roost, Gibbs, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Chuba Hubbard, or H-Chan. Which three? We're going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. We're going to go Derrick Henry. And then we're going to go... Actually, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Chuba Hubbard. Derrick Henry is just misses it. Justin Reed or Devontae? Justin Reed. Devontae. We're going to go Devontae. Evan on YouTube, start 2 PPR. Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins, Michael Pittman, or Kenneth Walker. The two for me, Michael Pittman and Jalen Waddle. Joe Flacco, 3 and 3 picks. Nah, probably not. Dylan James, Connor, Rashee Rice, and PPR. Rashee Rice. Crypto on YouTube. Shout out to you, Chris. Browns defense going to carry them to the Super Bowl. Book it. Here's the thing. Cleveland. So Cleveland just has to pray that they don't run into a buzzsaw on an offense. Right? Because if they hit a Miami, if they hit a Kansas City and Kansas City hits their stride, if they hit a Buffalo, right? Like, it doesn't look too hot for them then. Just because I don't think their offense can keep up then, right? So defense matters to a certain extent, but you still got to put up points. I can understand it. Man, I still lean the Ravens. Tyler on Facebook, Joe Flacco or Sam Howell is to start 1. We're going to go Joe Flacco there. And Amari Cooper, ETN, Waller, Jacoby Myers start 2. That's an Amari Cooper and Travis Etienne 1. Santino, it's hard living in New York and cheering for the Bucs, even though the Jets and the Giants are absolute garbage. Also, because my whole family and friend group are Jets fans. See, I think this is your time to really kind of show your Bucs fandom, though, because with the Jets this bad, like, you may want to start cheering for Tampa. Ravens Niners Super Bowl rematch. That's my pick. Honestly, that's my pick. But here's the thing. The NFL is never about the 2 hottest teams in week 15 to week 16. It happens every single year where we start having these conversations about like, well, this team can make the Super Bowl. This team will make the Super Bowl because they're the 2 best teams right now. Never happens. It never happens. So I right now, I want that matchup. I will say that. I want that matchup. Eli, next year, the Browns will be so nasty. Deshaun Watson beating the Ravens. Nick Chubb, the 2nd and 3rd best in their league, in the league defense. Yeah, it's all there for Cleveland. They just need to stay healthy. Dylan, Raheem Mostert, James Cook, and PPR. We're going to go Raheem Mostert on that one. Denver or Jets defense this week? I am going to say the Jets defense. Hey, man, start two flex. It start two in the flex. Austin Eckler, Jordan Addison, or Javonte Williams. I'm going to say Jordan Addison and Austin Eckler. Jay on YouTube, Aaron Jones or Jalen Waddle, Cleveland or Eagles defense, Monty or Ty Chandler. For me, that is a Ty Chandler one. We are then going to go with the Eagles defense, and then we're going to take Jalen Waddle over Aaron Jones. Crypto Chris and Njoku is the X factor on the Browns offense, which I think was which is the funniest thing, because I remember last year when he signed that extension, connection's unstable. What the? He signed the extension. Everyone's like, what has he done? What has he done? And he's now doing it. Trying to be a Raiders fan living here in New York. It sounds like it sucks. Marcus, if Tyreek is out this week, should I play Jalen Waddle? Yes, you should then play Jalen Waddle for sure. Kingston, my team is Baker Mayfield, Rashad White, Raheem Mostert, CeeDee Lamb, Devontae Smith, Travis Kelce, Joe Mixon, Justin Jefferson, Jake Browning. Solid. That's a great lineup. Last one, if you don't mind. I don't mind at all. Achane, James Conner, Josh Jacobs, McBride, Laporta, Rice. Thank you. So one in the running back, one flex, one tight end. I think your flex is going to be your tight end is going to be Sam Laporta. Just kidding. Trey McBride. So we're going to go Trey McBride at tight end. Running back, you're going to go with Josh Jacobs. And the flex, then between James Conner, Rashee Rice, you're going to go Rashee Rice. I'm a casual, so what does PPR mean? That means point per reception, which is, I think, what most people play in their leagues. I could be absolutely wrong in that, but you get a point for every single reception a player makes. Running backs, tight ends, wide receivers, they get an extra point if they make a catch. So someone like Michael Pittman, who is like third in receptions this year, he's done very well in fantasy because he gets a point for every catch that he makes. But then at the same time, he's not very valuable in that like half PPR and standard leagues because he doesn't get the same amount of points for each catch. Steelers fan, and we got beat by the Niners first game I came to school. My teacher is a Browns fan. That is some unwavering faith in that team. Michael, who do you think is going to win MVP? I think MVP this year. I swear. I can't give it to Brock Purdy. I can't give the MVP to Brock Purdy. Seriously, I get being a game manager and stuff. Sam Darnold can take this offense and do great things with it. Right. And like, I know that we just saw like Trey Lance not, take the reins and it wasn't that great and stuff, but how many times has Brock Purdy gotten bailed out by his team? Honestly. And if it's not, here's the other thing. If you're going to choose a Niner player, it is Christian McCaffrey. It's not Brock Purdy. They have not been winning games because of Brock Purdy. They've been winning games because of Christian McCaffrey. That's my take on it. So who do I think is going to win MVP? I think Brock Purdy actually wins it. I would not agree with it. Should I start the Ultimate Sigma Big Ben, more like Big Bird? That's funny. That is funny. Santino, people call me bandwagon because I started cheering for the Bucs after the Super Bowl. I started liking the NFL that year. Plus, I'm still cheering on the Bucs, even though the GOAT is gone. See, that's where, it's a test of loyalty then at that point. Kingston, I was first in my leagues, 11-3. Boom. Love to see it. With that team, I would hope so. AO Fields, T-Law, or Baker, 6 points. Oh, geez. Trevor, I would go with Justin Fields still. Achane Pacheco on full PPR. That is a Pacheco one. Nico Collins over Josh Palmer. Yes. Should I sit Joe Mixon? No, you should not. Tried playing fantasy 22 years ago when we had to get out scores from the tough. That's tough. MVP will be winner of this Ravens 49ers game for me. I feel like it has to be. Like, no one's talking about Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. Eduardo on YouTube, CEH or JSN. That's a JSN one. Facts, Lamar Jackson's real MVP. See, that would be my vote. My vote would be Lamar Jackson. But what do I know? I'm just a nobody talking fantasy football. Sorry, I'm mocking the comments that claim that we don't know what we're talking about because we don't play or anything like that. Like, hey, shut up. Steve on Facebook, Bijan Swift or Jones start two. That's a DeAndre Swift and Bijan Robinson one for me. Honestly, I agree. Brock Purdy isn't great, but the NFL will baby him. That's how it's going to go down. Eric on YouTube, would you rather start Devon Achane or Raheem Mostert? That's a Raheem Mostert start for me. Rohan, one flex and one tight end and half PPR. McBride, Laporta, and Singletary. Thanks. I would honestly start Laporta and McBride. I would honestly start both of the tight ends. Addison, Deontay Johnson, and Josh Palmer in PPR. I'm going to say Jordan Addison. Michigan Wiffle Ball League. Let's go. I love me some good wiffle ball. Should I start Jaden Reed or Devon Achane? I would potentially look on waivers and see if you've got any last minute options. Jaden Reed, I would be surprised if he plays. Devon Achane is just not doing much of anything lately. Austin, start 2. Tony Pollard, Isaiah Pacheco, and Chuba Hubbard. I'm going to go with Tony Pollard and Chuba Hubbard. Marcus, last one. Start Darren Waller, George Kittle. That's a George Kittle one for me. Eduardo, Eagles or Ravens defense. That's an Eagles defense one. Schmitty, what's going on? Should I start Mixon or Walker in PPR? I have Puka and Stafford, so I need a surefire 15 points. Don't need a boomer bust. Leaning toward Mixon. Yes, I would go Mixon. With the way Laporta's been putting up points, you got to start him. Yes. So all the more reason why you got to play Trey McBride and Sam Laporta. Mike on Facebook, which two would you pick? Singletary, ETN, and Lockett. Honestly, I would go ETN and Devin Singletary. Those are the two that I would go. Chiefs defense, Broncos defense, or Bears defense. Honestly, I'm going the Bears defense. Daniel, Arthur Smith hates me because I keep tweeting him to play Bijan, so Bijan's failure is my fault. No, it's not, Daniel. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Honestly, I wish I could join you because I had so much of Drake London this year. Kingston, I watch all your videos before every week, and you guys don't miss. That's why my team's so good. Boom. Hey, thank you for that. Thank you for that shout out. Appreciate it. This was helpful. Thanks. Have a great Christmas weekend. You too, Marcus. You too. So we've got about 5 more minutes here. So let's crank through some more questions here. Talk some more football. Would you trade Thielen for Eckler? I did. I hope you got Eckler out of it because Adam Thielen has just done nothing. Eli, all right, I'm out of this place. Let's hope Rudolph can save the Steelers. Christmas. Peace out. Eli, Merry Christmas to you and yours. We will see you later. Michael, do you think Tyreek Hill is going to get 2,000 yards for the season? Not at this point. Missing last week's game really hurt his chances of doing that. Austin in the flex spot, Trey McBride, Mike Evans, or Isaiah Pacheco. I'm going to go Mike Evans. Levi, T. Higgins, or Devontae Adams, half PPR. I'm going to go with T. Higgins. Going to go T. Higgins on that one. Let's see here. I'm going to see if I missed any questions. Don't think I missed any. Mike on Facebook, Dalton Kincaid, Darren Waller. Probably Dalton Kincaid. Santino went to Jets versus Bucks with my grandpa, who went to the 1969 Super Bowl, and when Antonio left, he told me the Jets were going to win, but I refused. Dude, that was just a crazy game. I'm kind of lucky for going to see that one in person. That's a heck of a game to remember, to tell everybody about. 12-man league, I'm playing against Jalen Hurts, Kamara, Kyron, CD, Debo, Laporta, and Jacobs, and I'm projected to win. Holy, you're projected to win against that match? Holy cow. Let's go, Danny. Let's go. Wow. Ooh, I can't tell if I'm losing my voice or not, but man, we've been talking nonstop for about like 2 hours now. Ben on YouTube, Jordan Addison, Devontae Smith, Devin Singletary, pick 2. Probably going to go the 2 receivers. Eli, actually, I'm going to talk some more football. Do you think TJ Swat will win Defensive Player of the Year? Yes. Yes, I think he will. Connor, Jake Browning, or Nick Mullins, also Ty Chandler, Noah Brown. We're going to Ty Chandler over Noah Brown for sure. And then the quarterbacks, I'm going to go Jake Browning. First NFL game we knew. Lucky you. Eric, how do you feel about the Packers' future? They need to move on from Joe Barry. Move off of Joe Barry. Get out of this zone defense. Play more man defense. Like I fully confident, or if you can go get like Robert Saleh after this year, because I think Saleh's out. Yeah, Jordan Love, I'm still not convinced by Jordan Love. I get giving him another chance, but at this, oh man. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you bring back Jordan Love on a 1 year. Baker's a free agent. You bring in Baker. QB camp or competition. Honestly, that would be what I would think. Baseball shorts. There you are. Good to see you. How do you think JT will do this week? I think he's going to be solid this week. It's Jonathan Taylor with Shane Steichen. I think they'll do good. Do I start Minshew, Love, or Goff? I'm going to go Jared Goff on that one. Jackson on YouTube. Me again. My team is Field, CMC, Singletary, Ayuk, D Hop, and Njoku, and Collins. Oof, excuse me. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Eduardo, Dontavian Wicks, or JSN. We're gonna go JSN on that one. Last couple questions here, and then you guys got to go make those changes into your lineups. Santino, Montgomery, or Connor in the flex. That's a David Montgomery one for me. Baseball, let me elaborate a little bit more on JT. I think he's going to give you like 14, 15 this week. Matthew on Facebook. Hurry, Mullins or Browning. Jake Browning. Yeah, that's Jake Browning one. And Jackson, this will be our last one here unless I see something else pop up. Do I start Chandler, Rice, or Zeke? I'm going to say Rashee Rice. You are very welcome, Matthew. Very, very welcome. Thanks for all the tips this year. You guys really helped me lock up the 1 seed. Boom. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. Oh, there it is. Do I start Waddle, Rice, Zeke, or Chandler? Man. Probably Rashee Rice. All right, Ty, I'll see you next time. Santino, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Thank you very much. Peace out. You bet. Thanks for all the tips this year. Boom. Yeah. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Go make those changes. Go make those changes into your lineup. We will not be live tomorrow. That's why we're live today, because we will be out celebrating Christmas with our families and stuff. So on behalf of the fellas, happy holidays. Have a very, very Merry Christmas. Offensive Rookie of the Year from Michael, real quick. I think it is CJ Stroud still. CJ Stroud was the runaway Offensive Rookie of the Year. Puka Nacua has had some good games recently in CJ Stroud's absence. I think it's still CJ Stroud, especially if CJ Stroud can make the playoffs. It's CJ Stroud. But Clint on Facebook, T or DK, that's a T Higgins one for sure. But again, guys, have a very, very Merry Christmas. Have a blessed holiday season. We will see you. I'm trying to think. When's our next video? Tuesday, maybe? Wednesday? One of those days. We should be back next week when we're streaming. But again, have a very, very Merry Christmas. Let's go win our matchups. It'll lock up our championships, get a secure place into the championship, stuff like that. Hope the advice helps. Go make those changes before 3:30 because that's when the first game kicks off. So Merry Christmas to all of you guys. And we will see you guys on the next one.